So,
Okay.
did you bring replays, or did you want to do a live gameplay?
Let's just do the live.
All
That's
right,
fine.
cool. I wanted to make sure
I
your computer can
I
run it and
normally play
everything.
twos with a partner, but
Hmm.
I haven't played. I didn't play any last night, so I really don't have any replays ready.
All right, yeah. So then I can
But
watch.
we can do threes online. Work on that because
Hmm.
usually when I'm not with him, I try.
Play threes, yeah. Do you prefer twos with him and threes alone?
Yeah. I mean, twos is I don't know. Twos is frustrating. One's even worse. Frustrating.
Yeah. What rank are you, by the way?
Um, I think I toggle between diamond and champ on twos,
Okay.
and I think I'm diamond in threes, and then I'm gold in one.
Yeah, ones is the one that will be the lowest for pretty much everyone that I've seen. Um,
Yeah, and my mechanics are crappy, so I mean, ones is brutal.
mhm. Yeah, I mean,
I've
for
been
my
trying to play more, but I hate.
oh ones, yeah, it's so frustrating, especially if you don't understand kickoffs. Because kickoff goals happen, and you're like, why? And it can be frustrating when you're up by 5 goals, and then all of a sudden you're up by only 1 goal because of 4 kickoffs in a row. But yeah,
True.
if you want to share your screen, I can watch the first game, and I want you to save the replay right after, and then I'll have you send it to me, and I'm gonna go over the concepts in game real quick on what I saw from this first one, and it might be a good indication. And if we have time as well, which we should. I mean, I don't mind going over if you have time as well, because I just want you to get as much out of this as you can.
Okay. So
It's
is
a
it
black
working?
screen right now, so
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
usually I just have people share their screen that they're playing on the monitor of, because sometimes the full screen just shows a black screen for whatever reason. Perfect.
Any better?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit frame laggy. Whoa, what is your resolution?
Well, it's ultra wide,
That's
so
why. You could see like all the field. Dang.
pretty nice.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. I've never seen that before. I know my friend plays on oh, what is it? It's not like the 16:9. It's like a 4:3 kind of thing where it's pretty much a square. Like what? Or
Yeah, I think
4:4.
this one's 69. I don't remember.
Mhm.
I'm in tech. You think I would know what kind of monitor, but I don't.
Mhm.
I don't pay attention.
You do IT kind of thing, or
Yeah, I'm a programmer.
oh, nice. Yeah, I'm not very good with computers. Like that's not.
Well, I noticed you're a musician. I have piano
Yeah.
lesson on Wednesday, so
Oh yeah.
I play in some bands. Yeah, bass. I usually get more gigs playing bass guitar than
Hmm.
my piano must not be good enough because no one wants me to play piano. I only get to play bass guitar.
Oh, but do you practice piano on your own?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Hmm. Yeah, I had to do piano on my own because that one's I don't know. The lessons are really expensive, and we had this little like $50 keyboard, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll just play stuff on it, and I
Okay.
just play competently enough for my own sake, not for anyone else's. That's it.
Yeah.
So, but I do guitar. That's my thing.
Yeah, I took guitar lessons for a while until I realized I really wanted to play bass.
Hmm. That's I like funk music a lot. So
Oh
for
yeah,
me,
that's
if I
me
learned
too.
bass, I'd want to learn the slap techniques and stuff because
Yeah.
that just sounds so cool and so nice, and syncopated rhythms and all are like just get me going. I like jazz to begin with, but it's not much of a bass player, so I'll just stick with my guitar.
Hey, whatever you enjoy. So, which one you want me to queue for?
Ooh, why don't we start with threes? Because it's just a
You want
solo
the
session
standard
right
or
now.
solo? Solo standard.
We get both. It doesn't matter. Because to be honest, I think like plat ranks and solo standard are about the same confusion that a diamond game in normal threes would be.
Oh, I agree with you.
I think a lot of people, because it's kind of hard. The playlist is so small, right? That um, the skill fluctuation is so high. You know. Um,
True.
You'll get people like so many people play in the normal threes game that it balances itself out, and kind of like I guess the law of large numbers plays in where it's like people are at the rank they should be. But in solo standard, since people hardly play it at all, and the people who do play it religiously get to higher ranks than they normally would because they're playing against basically no one. Um, these people have artificially higher numbers, and then those people that are actually good at the game play against them, and it's such a disparity. So, this is a Diamond 2 game.
Good question.
Yeah. We want to give our teammate space on the right. He's got this ball. You're watching the field right now, too. Just paying attention to where people are moving and what they want to do with the ball. All right. And
okay.
I don't think he wanted to do that. All right. These gameplays can be interesting, though, because he wants to save it. He just doesn't have the mechanics to. And, I mean, I don't know, dude. But...
checking with my frame rate or something. It's like, I don't know, it says it's 140, but...
Are you on full screen resolution right now, or are you on borderless?
Yeah, probably.
I'm getting some bump plays going. It looks like your teammate's got that. We should spread out away from him because he's going to want to hit the ball. Close. We'll just take their boost to take away their resources.
I tried.
No, it's all good. I think I'll just rotate back now. We can collect small boost pads instead of the large one, just to stay inside the play as well. I'll explain that with the pen when we go over this gameplay. That was a good 50. Look for little boost pads in the meantime.
Dang it.
Dang.
It was a bad hit.
It's all good. That was just the better play would be to roll it on the ground there instead of hitting it high. Just because it'll roll up the wall and give us time, but...
True, I think it hit it with the side of the car, too.
Mm-hmm. What a win. Good demo. One thing that'll definitely help your game play out, and with those decisions, especially given like the boost, is collecting those little pads. Because I see you're kind of going a little bit around every pad.
True. I was worried that was going to happen.
Yeah. Try not to use boost when moving from position to position so much, because I know we want to speed up to get to the next spot, but sometimes we don't need all the haste to get there, because the play hasn't gone anywhere, so we start off with 80, and then using those little boosts in between, we'll end up with 55 when we didn't really do anything yet.
Yeah, I had a bad habit of sitting at 100, so I've been trying to use a little to keep it like 90 whatever. So now I think I've gone too far.
It's good to take that pad away, because we wouldn't want them to circle around with that. I'll explain that a little bit after.
Crap, not the other one.
Nah, it's fine. That one,
I was
that
worried
one's
he was
just
going to miss it
on the ground. He was going to miss it for sure, but more so was like
should have just rotated around. Yeah, true. I should have just rotated around.
And Wolf's hit also didn't help. That's another play that we don't have to jump for immediately. We'll have more stability with our car as long as we stay grounded. And so jumping for... Oh my god, that's in.
I know.
We'll have
Play
more
so cool.
stability when moving to that next play instead of jumping early, because that's when
Ah,
one you're forcing yourself, like, because we know mechanics aren't our strong suit, right? But that's okay because we can compensate by being stable on the ground rather than forcing an aerial out of us and implementing mechanics that we're not comfortable with, which you will get comfortable with them over time, but it's just an unnecessary mechanical play. No, that's an unfortunate bump. That's okay though, because their guy's going back. We can definitely fake them out. Yeah. And even if you have no boost, it's good for you to push with that ball and just keep it near you to create a 50-50.
true. I gave it away right there at the
It's fine. We can rotate back because they're either going to miss or they're going to hit it right to us. I thought your teammate was going to boom it right into that guy. Looks like our teammate's up. It's okay. We can stick with this.
Oh, I can
Oh,
whiff.
damn.
God.
That's okay. We weren't going to hit that ball anyway. The backflip actually kind of saves our positioning. I'll explain that a little bit after. It's a good way to cancel. Like, even though you weren't doing that, it's a good way to cancel a commit like that. But it'd be like a little trick. So save this
Wow.
replay. And do you know how to send replays over Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So just send that one over to me, and then I'll kind of run through some of the things that I was talking about, kind of try to dissect what's going on, because some of these games in Diamond, people start aerialing, right? And you think they're gonna hit it, and they hit it backwards, and you're wondering what. But
Yeah, and it's
uh,
hit or miss. Some people rotate, some ball chase, and it's always hard to kind of figure out the.
and some people rotate wrong too. Like
Well, yeah.
they'll
I think
move
we
into.
all rotate wrong at this level.
It's definitely there. There's some people that have really good spacing, but they just don't commit to anything because they're too scared. So we're going into the next game. Okay.
So we got a team here.
Ooh. Maybe we'll see some passing plays between them. So now we go back because that guy's gonna boom it over our heads, and in the meantime, we can get boost while this ball's coming down. I'll just get the boost pad. That's coming right to us, so we go on the wall here. Is that in? Oh my god.
Jeez.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh.
I'm not participating much in these games.
Yeah, we're playing pretty conservatively. Your
Well, that's my
tendency
big
tends to
problem.
be to move into positions really quick, right, with your boost, and you won't have boost for the next plays going on, and you kind of force yourself to not be able to go into plays because you realize, oh, I don't have the boost now. All right, that's a goal.
There we go. Finally got a touch.
I don't know if your teammate meant to pass that mid like that because that's a beautiful pass, and this is Diamond 2, but, hey, that's a beautiful pass.
I'll take it.
Nice. So we can look over, steal the boost pads if we can. Looks like they're grabbing all the boost pads. In the meantime, we can grab the small ones to top ourselves off.
Yeah, missing.
All right.
Oh my gosh,
There's
wow,
no
this is good.
goalies.
I'll sign up for this team. DVD.
Right. They're the next RLRS team. They're gonna win the whole prize pool.
Yep.
The way you cheat up too is also really conservative, where you're not going to really beat anyone to the ball. And you go for that.
Whoops.
That guy. It's an interesting shot. Looking to see if that guy hits it. If he doesn't, it's okay. We're just chilling right now. They don't have a threat on us, really, as long as we stay in net. Good. We can go up the wall here.
Oh, yeah, I should have done that.
That'll just save us a lot of boost instead of jumping.
Yeah, especially since I didn't have enough to get it.
Good job. And your teammate's there to help you out too. And you should push this out, hopefully. Never mind. Maybe this teammate will. There we go. And that might be a goal, actually. Good finish.
Wow, this poor team.
Yeah, they're not looking like they're doing too hot. We should chill back because they're going to shoot up high. Guess they didn't want to hit it high. So that was a moment right there that looking out for opponents, there was the back right corner boost that we could have actually taken away from their blue guy. That might be cool. Dang. There was like a slight moment where the ball's moving upfield and you can't make a play on it. And if we look over in the right corner, there was a guy, probably 15 seconds before this play, that was looking for a boost pad because he just committed to a play. And so he probably had 0 boost or little boost. And if we had gone over that boost pad, we would have taken that away from him, and they would have had less of an opportunity to make a defensive play. I'm not sure if he was involved in the play that preceded the other play, or yeah. But it's important to note that we can take away their opportunities by taking away their boost. So teammate's not coming in. Oh, he's going to score that. Oh, God. Nice. The way that our teammate came in was really wide. That was the scary part. Who knows? They might have a chance.
Don't.
Oh, wow.
Damn it.
That's a good pass. Good job. That's going to go mid. Hopefully your teammate can finish. They knocked it away.
Trying to get that up the wall in his car.
Mm-hmm. Got it over them.
Oh!
Good. Now we focus on taking their boost in the back left.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit late, but they're like little windows of opportunity that we can starve them of resources. Oh, that's a goal. Hey, nice shot.
Sweet.
That was beautiful, actually. I mean, of course he's messing up over there, but the actual execution of that shot was really nice.
Yeah, I couldn't aerial for a long time, so I really had to work on it.
How many hours do you have on the game right now?
Too many.
Too many?
2,600 or something ridiculous.
Okay. Right now, I think
But
I'm at 3,000, but I've been playing on competitive teams for a long time now, too.
yeah, I played just very casually with my buddy, and because they had played for a long time, I was always stuck in the goal on threes and
Mm-hmm.
didn't really improve
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Oh my god! So I kind of stunted my own development, and I didn't get
Mm-hmm.
serious till probably I don't know 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then I really started trying to improve.
Where were we 6 months ago?
I think Diamond won.
Mm-hmm. Good job picking up those boost pads. We went from 0 to 36 real quick. And almost a good 50. Oh, what a catch by your teammate.
That was nice.
Oh, all right, save this replay.
Man.
I think this one would be a good one to go over too, actually. So, all right, let's do an analysis real quick of this game. Actually, hey, Diamond 3. Um, yeah, this one would be a good one to go over. Actually, that in game one, but I think that we'll have time as well for me to jump into some casuals with you too, and like show you what's going on and have you focus on those particular games. Because as long as I have time, I like to jump into games with people.
Let's see. So that one ending in AC's the second one. I guess you got imported anyway.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I got. There we go. And I'll start sharing my screen. You can. Wait, where'd my camera? Okay, there we go. Cool. That. There we go. And I'll pull out the fancy pen. And you can see my screen?
Yep, let me expand it and move it.
Let's see. Replays. I guess we can go over game 2 probably, because I think this hits a lot of the points. The one thing you kind of corrected were focusing on the little boost pads as we were going through, but we'll see how this goes. Oh,
yeah, nerves are a big part of my. I just choke all the time and I get stressed and.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have ranked anxiety, or like you go into ranked, you feel pressure to perform and?
No, I have pressure anytime that I have to hit the ball.
It is a big moment too. That's something that when you take the game seriously, like, do you think this was happening when you were playing casually?
Oh yeah, this is just it's kind of perfectionistic thing. It's like you overthink it at that point.
True. So right off the bat, actually on kickoff, you'll see like there are certain moments that we have to react to the plays pretty quickly, and kickoff's a really important moment actually with how the play will develop. That's why a lot of teams have kickoff strategies when they go for things, whether they lose the ball on purpose to knock the ball out to their teammate that's running across here so they can scoop it up. But it sets the tone for the beginning of the match, right? And when this ball's going in solo queue, it's somewhat you have to apply those ideas to what's going on now. And one of those ideas is that the ball's getting knocked over to their side of the field, which means Spaz is going to hit it. If Spaz is going to hit it, you're not going to be able to reach the ball at all, which means that we should be moving away from the field because he's either going to boom it or he's going to be passing it to his teammates or he's going to dribble. Either way, he has possession of the ball, and so we need to put ourselves into defensive position. Now, us moving forward here is killing all the time that we would be spent going backwards, actually. And so now our positioning is a lot further up instead of us on the earlier play. I think we were back here. Instead of us turning outside and turning away and heading towards the wall to move up here for a defensive play, we're moving forward instead. And now we're under the ball from where it goes over our head, and we can't really make a play anymore. So these first few moments are pretty important. Shoot.
Yeah, I never quite know what to do in that position. Either go get gas or cheat up.
It's unfortunate your teammate hit it, but it's okay. We can grab the 100 boost. You can go up the wall here. Now, right when you see Smokey hit this up, this is an opportunity to go up the wall because we have to assess what kind of plays can happen. Let's see where the ball's momentum's going actually from this angle. So right here, the ball's going up and it's flying up this direction, kind of coming off the wall. Now, what the wall play does for us is that, one, if this guy hits it towards anywhere on this wall, we're going to match up with it, right? Versus if we stay on the ground here and the ball goes up here, we can't save it. So that kind of knocks this, play out from the bottom. Here, another play could happen is that he could try to push this out to the mid, right? In which case, what's the threat now? Now we have to like move our camera over to see what kind of threats we have. If he does pass it mid, we have all three teammates in our line of sight. And so a pass out mid actually doesn't get it anywhere for a shot because Spaz has to spend a lot of boost and time getting over here that it's not threatening. If he puts it near side, which Spaz is closer to, you're on the wall and you can come off the wall and actually just jump off and meet the same ball that you're at, especially because the momentum of the ball is really important and it's coming towards the wall, which means that if he knocks it downward, it's coming towards you and not Spaz. So either way, the ball's going to roll to you if he does a ground pass, right? Which leaves us with only really one tactic working out, which is going on the wall.
Okay.
We're kind of like choosing in between. And if
you do go
up the wall here,
couldn't commit, yeah.
And we also should understand, like, where's the rest of our team in this moment? They could be anywhere that's from this line on, from where we saw, like, earlier on the play over here. And so there could be one in net, there could not be one. Not totally sure. If there is one, that's great. If there isn't, that's okay too, because we're on the wall here and we can jump and hit this away. But luckily our team's here and he gets a monster clear and then we get a goal. This is also a lesson looking at it from the enemy team's perspective and what not to do during this play. Because Smokey right here is going for a pass play, right? And this is probably the worst pass you could do in threes because you knock it down. And you see how his teammate was looking for a shot here? And he's pushed up this far forward. This kind of hit down creates a bounce clear, which goes right over everyone's head into the net. That was a beautiful curve that I just drew, by the way. But yeah, and it baits his teammate in. And that's why ground passes, like especially if you're doing mid pass down to the ground near net, is probably one of the worst things we could do. So just a little lesson right
there. Okay. Yep.
Because these happen all the time in Diamond, and it's because people pass it down on the ground, like right there. So again, or kickoff. I forget if we go for this or not. Okay, we go for this. It ends up working because Typhoon goes for like this outside kickoff. There's a couple problems with this though. A proper kickoff on this is someone who meets the ball in the middle of this play.
I messed that one up. I didn't even get my second click on it.
And we didn't start boosting from the very beginning. I think we were unsure of whether we were going for kickoff or not because I don't think you said I got it or take the shot. I think you were waiting for your teammate to say something. And it's okay to take charge in those moments because again, kickoff is really important setting the tone, right? So if you can take charge in those moments and say, I got it or take the shot, it'll help you mentally prepare for the next play rather than being unsure what's going to happen. Here, this goes in. I don't like the shot because it's really easy to save, but Typhoon's face backwards for some reason. But it goes in. What are our other options, though, instead? We could shoot it on net, and how would we shoot it on net?
I don't know. I mean, arrow, try to hit it to make it bounce up, or I guess we could diagonal flip, but I don't think I'd have the control to get the 90 degrees on it.
So we do jump, but we jump a little bit early, and so our car reaches like this height of the ball, and that's why it kind of goes into the ground the whole time. It was just like a little bit too early. If we had like waited maybe a quarter of a second more and then right diagonal flipped, you'll notice that our car flips over this way, right? And which means our nose is actually pointed downward instead. And so we actually strike the ball from underneath right here. And that's what creates a lot of like height and power on this to where it goes top left, actually. That would look like a beautiful shot. And if Typhoon's even faced properly in net and he's Diamond 2 or Diamond 1, Diamond 3, whatever, he's probably going to have trouble reaching up and hitting this. If he saves it, what a save.
So you wanted more kind of like the hook shot mechanic there, just to kind of scoop and hit it, or you still want to do the flip?
You can flip though, because this ball bounces, right? Let me see. Actually, it comes on the ground. I think that's the replay that's messing up right here. Yeah, it's on the ground the whole time. And what you could do, instead of jumping as early, you jump a little bit later. When it's probably like about here, your car is probably facing here. And then when you jump up and then diagonal flip, your car's nose is going to start going downward. And so then it's going to strike the ball from underneath. So you can still jump. You can... The problem with hook shotting, like what you're saying, and staying on the ground the whole time and hitting it, is that it'll go too high and it'll go on backboard. And
okay,
that could work depending on if Typhoon's ready or not. But we could just get the shot off too.
Yeah, I mean, probably with my teammates there, probably a little pass back probably is safer because he's got a better
right. You're absolutely right. That another play that we could do is a pass. Now, the one thing about it is that the pass has to be a little bit crafty because you'll notice that Spaz comes in. He flips, so he's out of the play actually. But if we do pass it over to Swifty, it's in line with Spaz, and so he can save this. The one thing you mentioned though about the high hit is that if the hook shot happens and it bounces off backboard, you're trusting a diamond 2 to aerial drop it in, which unlikely, but it's totally possible.
Yeah. At some point, I gotta start trusting them a little bit. Actually,
there's reasonable.
Actually, I think diamond 2s are better at aerial than they are at a lot of the other stuff. Everybody wants to be a freestyler in diamond.
Oh yeah. Everyone thinks they're a freestyler too. Here, if we're cheating up, this works. This is kind of an odd thing. I haven't really seen this, but it all depends on if Swifty is going for this boost or he's going
because if it got past him, we were in trouble. So I should have circled.
What you can do...
I probably wasn't aware where he went.
What you can do instead is you can creep up like you're doing here, but I would creep up a little bit closer because if the ball gets stuck in the middle, then we have to attack it before this guy attacks it because he's coming up. This ends up working for us because of the angle that we take, which is really good. Like we set ourselves up right for this kind of 50. But if we were closer, then we'd actually have more control over where this ball goes instead of having to react to Typhoon at the moment that we strike. We can turn our reactive plays that we commenced over there into proactive plays where we have full control and we direct what's going on. We can also go back for boost as well on that kickoff, but do you know how to half flip?
Yeah, that's one thing. My half flip's not very good because I played my first 2000 plus on keyboard mouse, and it's so easy to half flip on keyboard mouse.
It is. I played, I think, about 400 hours on keyboard and mouse, and got a controller shortly after.
Yeah, I've only switched to controller for probably the last 150 hours, maybe. That was a tough transition after playing so much keyboard mouse, but I love it so much more.
Do we know how to air roll shot as well?
Yeah, a little bit. I've been really trying to add that in, but I'm not that good at it.
I see we go for the bounce hit right here, and it goes like, weak and over here, right? But
yeah, I think this was panicky nerves. Just falling back to bad habits. You're right. I should have air rolled it. I probably didn't know what to do, and then by the time I got to it, it's like jump, panic.
Right. The more time we spend on this, the more time that the defense has to set up, which their defensive formation is atrocious. But
actually, I think this is the one I was trying to push it up the wall, but they didn't have anybody on the wall. But I don't know.
They didn't have anyone on the wall. If Spaz didn't commit to this, which I think he does, but if he didn't, then he'd be able to go up the wall before you and then clear it out to the side. So a better play actually is trying to pop it, pop it up and over like this across field. Now your teammate has to be coming in from the outside, and that could work. 2, we could have gotten a shot off as well because we were given all the time in the world right here.
True.
Right on the bounce, because a bounce shot is nice like what you're doing, but for a shot like this to come in quicker, allowing the ball to bounce and then hitting it after that point, the ball will reach the goal at a later time than it would be if you went up immediately and hit it like air roll shot and shot it in.
Okay.
It's just about knowing like the distance to the goal, how much time you're given. They're probably panicking right now too, to be honest, because you're here, they're all in net, you have a free shot, you know? But allowing this to happen kind of like spends a lot of time. Our teammate doesn't make the shot, so it could have still worked because they're all mispositioned. But just giving that idea that air roll shot
that's
right there.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's so obvious now. Just panic then.
I also noticed us missing a lot of those boosts.
Yeah, like everyone
on the corner. Here, so important moment, right? What should you do in the meantime right now? I mean, there's a little quiz. The key is on this right here is looking at every player on the field and even players that aren't on the field right now.
I'm guessing I should probably turn and cycle back because it looks like he's going to hit it down the middle.
That could be a possibility, but that doesn't really play into what my biggest concern is right now. So there's one guy that's off screen right now.
Well, yeah, right? I got to worry about the demo.
You could worry about the demo. How much boost do you think this guy wasted on this play right here? He's going up here. He goes for the hit, and now he's flying across, right? He's not boosting that whole time in any direction.
This is what you talked about. Okay, this is where you talked about the awareness to start him.
This guy has 0 boost right now, and I didn't know that until just now. But there are certain signs you can tell when you're watching these people. This guy goes up for a hit. He didn't boost up the wall the whole time, which would have gotten to the ball faster. He jumps off the wall, misses the ball, and he's floating here for a long time and coming down, right? So what do we want to do to make sure this guy doesn't get in the play for the next while?
Yeah, go snag his boost.
Go snag his boost. Because that takes no time from you, right? Go over.
Because I remember when you said, you mentioned that he was going. I didn't even see it, so I missed him flying.
Yeah.
So it's
that's why I was saying that watching the players that are on the field, but also the player that's out of sight, which we just saw him go across here. But taking his boost is really important because now he's probably going to want to pass to that. Oh my god. And he doesn't get the boost. So
Yes, someone with worse mechanics than me.
Woo! But, okay, imagine this guy was competent and he takes the 100 boost. Well, we've allowed this guy to now get on defense with 100 boost. So it's just an important lesson to take away their opportunities. That was unfortunate from your teammate right there. Here also we don't have to panic right here on this. Not this part, right? But the second part, here. Because now we've committed to the flip and we don't have any momentum to continue with boosting.
There's no reason for that.
Here, this is okay as long as your positioning in net is a little awkward.
Yeah, I should have stayed farther on the other post, I guess.
A little bit more inside too, just so that if this ball does come around and comes inside like this, it's really awkward to save at this angle rather than this angle.
Yeah. And then too, if I do that, I'll probably hit the wall and be stuck in the goal.
Yeah, and then we're also close to the net here, so if this goes slightly over our head, it's a lot harder to save than if we're a little bit further back. And we can still watch the whole play unfold. So all this play in, we're sitting back. We know the guy's going to come in, so we're waiting for the play. This is where we come outside a little bit too soon, but it's fine because you circle around and your teammate doesn't mess up that play. So we should be focusing in the meantime where the play's going to go. This is where I told you I think to go up the wall instead of backing up here.
True. The wall defense, it's one of the things I've got to start adding.
There's also, it's not just because of the boost too, because the important thing is vision as well, right? Because what happens to our camera when we go up the wall here?
Yeah, it looks all the way down the field.
Right. Now we can look down the field. We know these two are here, but where's the third guy? And I don't know. But once you go up this wall up here, we're going to start looking out this way, and we're going to see that guy come in for that hit that's coming over here. Right there. So that's why the wall play works out really well for us. It's because it gives us one momentum to go up in the air without using boost, Two,
Yeah,
better
part of
player
that I
because we're
think.
coming from underneath really hard, and then three, vision of the field.
True. Yeah, I've got to add the wall defense into my repertoire.
He's going to miss that. That's fine. Jacob's got... This is where you can move up the field now, actually. Because Swifty's back. If this guy misses the ball, what's the worst thing in the world right now? Like, what do we do if this guy misses the ball?
I guess I could just head over there, or I can let Swifty get it. I can cycle back.
Yeah, you can cycle back this way. It'd be unfortunate, but it's not a huge waste of time because Spaz is going to hit this, and it's probably going to go here and somewhere down, and you've turned around, and you can come around like that. If he does hit it upfield, though, like he does here, then we've technically wasted an opportunity, but Smokey is playing the game right now, so he allows this goal to happen. Because as third man back, you don't want to overcommit to a play. And good follow-up. You can also, if you were upfield too, you wouldn't have even had to have let this bounce on the ground at all and hit off post, which, you know, that's always an awkward read, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Further upfield, we just hit the ball forward, so that works in our favor. But and it's a good thing we backflip there so that we don't move too quickly.
Yeah. Well, I think I was trying to go in the air to try to pick it off, but you're right, the flip actually helped.
And I think a play happens later, around like 30 seconds or something, that we were going up for a play that we weren't going to win, and we backflipped on accident, but it actually works in our favor. Here, we should be reacting to this as well. Like, we should see Jacob's kind of in an awkward position because he turns backwards like that, and so our immediate turn should be up the wall and then back down because we'll have some momentum going back down the ramp like that.
Okay.
And we boost into the ground like this so that we gain a lot of speed really quickly. And we can make a play.
Yeah, I was worried there because our third guy is all the way back in their part though. Thinking I need to get the goal, but you're right.
Jacob's nuts.
He's not foam hat Jacob though, so he's not
Right. Here is we're third man back here, by the way. Instead of committing to this play, again, windows of opportunity. It closes when Smokey's right here, and you know you have Swifty and Jacob upfield, and this is the time to turn away and let Smokey do whatever he wants to do, because he wants to get this away from the other two, so he wants to move it down the field, and us being back, going backwards with momentum, will help us save this.
Okay.
So we allow that goal to go in by not playing our third man role.
Right.
So we cheat up here. This is how far you're cheating up. You are this far away from the ball. If people are cheating up, usually they tend to be about here by the time the challenge happens. Now,
so a little before the boost pad.
The one thing is that being in this position, if the ball goes high and up over here, then technically you're ready for this, right? But players that are pretty decent at the game that are up here, when they see the ball go up, they'll immediately drift turn or half flip, depending on, you know, how much time they have and how comfortable they are, and turn around on this and then catch the ball and take it into the corner anyway.
Okay.
Plus that boost will be up in that back corner as well. So one, that doesn't matter. Two, if they're in an organized team play as well, Jacob's going to be here and he's going to go up for this hit actually and knock the ball like from that angle down the field. And then in organized team play, you'll actually see this guy circle outside and, you know, move around. Oh my God. There we
go. So do you normally, on threes, it seems to me like when both back people get gas, it's problematic. So I try not to, you know, double gas grab.
It can't be.
Okay.
Depending on what rotation you take after you get boost, right? Because most people turn into the play here. And then if the ball starts going this way, it's kind of hard for this guy at this angle to turn around and cut this play off. But the people that take boost and continue forward a little bit can turn outside in and come around the backside and be on line with this. And so it's the same kind of turn, but our angle of approach is like this far apart. So the ball has to travel this further distance.
Usually when I gas grab, just because of playing with randos, I do the more defensive turn towards the wall and come back.
So if you end up doing the more defensive turn, it won't matter too much. But the one thing is watching how this kickoff goes, because if the kickoff goes right side and it's slightly towards your side, let's say it goes up here and goes up, and they have someone pushing along this wall, it's going to be hard for you, the guy that turned backwards, to turn back around and meet the ball before this guy who has a bunch of momentum, when you have to kill your momentum twice on this play just to make that turn around. So just keeping that in mind. You do get a better angle of approach than that guy, which is nice, but just keep in mind that as you get to the higher ranks, that people will be less forgiving of you cheating up so far away.
True.
Meantime, Jacob's making a play, so we can grab little boost pads in the meantime. Smokey's going to hit this, so we back off. Good. Our attack was a little bit sloppy, and Jacob scores this, so...
Yeah, that was just a straight up whiff.
Yeah, it's just watching Smokey here and what kind of hits he's going to get, and he's approaching pretty closely. And that's where it's okay for us to keep backing off here, because what is he going to do with this ball in the corner, right?
Right. Yeah, shadow it a bit more, or rush the challenge.
But I was also talking about Jacob here, because Jacob's, again, angle of attack is outside instead of coming inside. Like I tell people, be on the line here. There's a little, I like for people to imagine there's a little gate right here. Little, there we go. Stuck in the ground. And then you have to pass through that gate before you can enter net. And a lot of people will enter outside this gate, and this stuff happens for free. Or the ball will go over their head and down here, right? And they're on the outside, and how are they supposed to save it when they could have been inside here and then saving it from there? So, a little lesson from our teammates as well, and our opponents on these plays. Good 50. Here we're not going to win the ball, though, because we have no boost, and we got to aim for that boost a little bit more. That was just another one of those plays. Circle around. It's fine. Your teammate hit that for whatever reason, but you know, you got it, so good job. No boost, that's fine. Our angle that we should be taking here, right, is that we're pushing up with the ball. Smokey hit this away. Their teammates' momentum, like blue team's momentum right now, is this side of the field. They're going backwards, right? Our team's momentum is going up the field, right? Which means, I mean, granted, if they're going to miss the ball, that's really unfortunate. But we should be looking forward for the play instead of trying to go backwards right now.
Okay.
Because of just how the teams are moving across the field. And so us turning right here, we grab this boost. That's good, right? But we should be ready for this next play that's going on, right? And immediately be ready to turn just because of these people's momentum.
Okay. Yeah, see, I kind of thought that, you know, you always want two forward, one back.
But sometimes there's times to break those rules, and that would be one of those moments. Good pushing it over. This is one where, so here there's a lot of free time while the ball's up in the air, and the ball's going to bounce off the wall, right? It's more important for you to actually snag this boost or to pinch this ball. Like, you have two options. The ball's coming up here, we grab that boost pad, and we pinch the ball to get it across the field really quickly. I don't think your teammates will be ready for that kind of pass play, right? But this boost pad's really important for their defensive play, because they're trying to get back with low resources on from offense to defense. And so allowing this ball to bounce off and taking a really slow approach allows them to get this boost and allows them to get back on defense. The ideal play here is when this ball bounces off, you actually want to jump up and hit this high up here, right? And the reason why is that when you jump up and flip, you're going to jump up, air roll your car a little bit this way, so your car is facing like this, right? And as the ball's coming down to you, you're going to right flip, and it'll flick the ball up high, but then you'll also snag the boost because of how your car's momentum will go. And so now you've accomplished both tasks in one. It's a lot of thinking in the moment, and to be honest, like, players, you know, in Grand Champ and everything aren't thinking necessarily of that in that moment, but they do know that boost here, and we're taking the boost. We want to take the boost, so that's a goal. 2, we want to get the ball mid. Can we do both at the same time? Yeah, and then they do it. So keeping those in mind, and the pass up high doesn't happen, and the boost steal doesn't happen, and so now we're back on defense, and they have reason.
I think I kind of went into twos mode right there and tried to make a play.
Here we
Yeah, I
go for
haven't
the
played
aerial.
as,
That was good. The landing here as well is
yeah.
where we want to drift into this, actually, because we kill our
Yeah.
momentum and we have to use a lot of boost to go back in.
It's another thing I've been trying to get to be a habit of. Just, it's one of those things I should have already had a habit before now, but now it's like I got to try to fix, 2,000 plus hours of bad habit.
Right. And that's a beautiful arc right there. Here, we should be discussing with our teammate where we're going. Almost got that half flip. I am curious how you half flip too, because I've noticed that a lot of people half flip a lot of different ways.
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple of main tutorials, or 3 main tutorials on YouTube that people follow. The oldest one, people will bind the, air turn?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the easiest way, but I don't want to do that because I think it's silly.
Well, the one thing is that air turn, like left or right, is that it will force you into half flipping only one direction, and sometimes you have to half flip out this way, or sometimes you have to half flip out that way. And so if you only have your arrow left, right, and the ball's moving downfield over your head this way, and all you know how to go this way, you're kind of in a bad spot because now we have to turn out this wide instead of just moving with the ball. So I'll show you in like over share screen how I do it, and I feel like it's very easy actually compared to what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I've tried to do the 2 methods. So yeah, I'll see what you show me.
So here's like what I was talking about you cheating up, and this is like a moment where it gets stuck in the middle.
Wait,
and
can that actually be classified as cheating up? So far back.
You know what? You got a point there. So it's kind of that same thing. It's just illustrating that point a little bit clearer.
I think it's called passive play and not knowing what to do with myself.
Yeah, and then we can't help our teammates doing what just happened, but it's a little bit confusing. It's okay for you to go to net, though. It's very kind of you to leave that boost in the corner for your teammate, because I would have taken that immediately, but...
Yeah, I play a little defensive and passive with randos. I need to
that was a
take a little more
catch by your teammate, too.
That was nice, yeah, very nice.
So here we have no boost, but we're pushing up forward, and Typhoon could have threatened a ball over our head.
I don't know why. Yeah.
But we're up 6-3, and there's no time left, so it's not like it matters.
Yeah, but still, I don't want to start any more bad habits than I already have.
So let me show you real quick how I half flip, and there's no air rolling involved, actually. So I didn't air roll at all for that half flip.
Okay, so I think this is the Kernovi. Kernovi's got a video where you just cancel it, right?
Yeah, it's just a cancel, and that's the way that I have learned to half flip, because everyone says like, oh yeah, have your air roll button, bound to a certain key, click that in, and then stall, and then your car will, magically flip over, right? And to me, that's fine and all if it works, but the problem with it is that it sticks you with one way, like going only right or only left. Whereas with this way, it's going right or left.
So do you ever do a backflip into the half flip?
Like this? Like that? Or what do you mean? Like this and then like that?
Yeah. That one where you cancel it and then
You can do that, depending on like what you need, right? I usually just like back or a half flip and boost into it if I need to.
Okay. Yep. Because that one's the way keyboard and mouse. That's the way keyboard and mouse does. You backflip, it rolls. And so I tried that one at first, but it's way harder on the controller. So then I started trying to do the back diagonal, and then, but I'm not canceling it right because I keep getting my nose up or all kinds of
weird stuff. How I was doing half flips originally was actually where you do it immediately like this, and you'll see that I'm still doing the half flip, right? But you'll notice my car goes up and I land on 2 wheels, which is really sloppy and it kills a lot of your momentum. Whereas if you do it a little bit later, like this, and you land on all 4 wheels, you'll notice that you land a lot smoother, and you can get into plays like that.
Well, good. And I'm not too far off. I just need to ingrain it a little more.
Yeah, it's very easy to practice too, because you can just go into free play and move around the map, and that's how I practice recoveries a lot. Is coming off practicing wave dashing, whatever you need to do, you know, coming off
So
the wall here.
so show the wave dash there, because that's one thing I'm having trouble with.
Sure.
Because it's supposedly critical off wall, but okay,
Yeah,
so
you'll notice that when players are on wall, like they'll get back really quickly by wave dashing in and flipping immediately. And you saw that I was supersonic in that moment.
yeah,
Because it
that was
doesn't
nice.
take much. You don't even need boost to go supersonic like that. So,
So the critical part is just being patient enough for the back wheels to touch, and then you jump, right?
you want to, yeah, exactly. Angle your car backwards, kind of like this, so that when you forward flip, one, your wheels aren't on the ground, because once your wheels are on the ground, then you jump up again, and that makes it really hard to wave dash when you're trying to jump at the same time of your wheels landing. But we want to keep our wheels off the ground, and then we want to flip forward. The other really important factor is that you're drifting while you do it as well, because if you land sideways, then your car's gonna like jerk like it just did right there, and it'll
I may
kill a
not
lot
have
of
been.
momentum.
So what if you don't flip forward? What if you just jump when the back wheels are? Does it get?
Um,
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
like if you, like this, right? And you jump while you.
That's it. So I'm not getting the forward flip in it. Okay.
Yeah. What are
No
you
one-
doing with your wave dashes?
Just like you just did, I've just been trying to jump and not forward flip, and it just makes it kind of bobble and look.
Yeah. See I mean, it works, and you gain speed, but isn't it just faster? I mean, depending on like the play, right? Like you can just forward flip like that. It's really critical though on walls when you're coming off, because there you don't want to flip forward to a position, because you'll notice that for a long period of time, like let's say I jump off here and I flip, right? So for the whole time when I flipped from the 100 boost to here, I was up in the air. I am pointing with my hand, and I just realized that I can't do that right now. But it's kind of hard to. Oh, maybe I can do this.
Okay, so then when you wave dash, when your back wheels hit, you are pushing forward and single click or double click.
Yeah. So when I jump off the wall here, I am flipping forward like this.
Okay. And then once it straightens out, then you flip again.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so it's basically
I
two
do that
flips
to
in a
gain
row.
yeah, exactly. For the price of one.
Ah,
Really,
okay,
right?
I gotcha. Yeah.
And you gain a lot of momentum with the cost of no boost, and that's how you see pros get back really quickly. Where it's like, oh, I got back, and I still have my whole 100 pad, and I'm back in net immediately.
Wow, yeah, that is nice. Yeah, I've been trying to work on my recovery because it was so bad before.
Yeah. Also, a big thing is hitting over all these boost pads, because you'll notice those are really important when you're heading back to net. You'll see a lot of pros take this line. They come in here, and if they have to swing out wide, then they come in here. And right there, I think, how many boost pads was that? Like, let's say on defense, you're coming back, and you hit this one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 12 is 70.
60.
Oh, 60. Whoops, math.
Oh, yeah.
60.
I'm a nerd, so math's my second language.
You know what? I'm an econ major, and I'm terrible at math. Like, that's just, it's just my, not my strong suit, but I love econ, so I put myself through it anyway. But yeah, 60 right there, and you can make most plays with 60 boost. Coming in here,
Nice,
something
yeah.
like that.
Okay, so I need to practice off the wall into wave dash flip and have the trail. So I'm a super.
So you can get that trail
Okay.
going.
Nice. Yeah.
You might also want to practice getting on the wall and being comfortable with driving up and down it, because for a lot of people, this is really confusing, trying to drive forward on it.
Yeah, there's that
reposition
one.
your car.
There's that one death zone where the controls flip, and so you end up driving the wrong way or something.
Yeah, depending on how you're going, right? If you're like here, then it's like, try driving backwards on this and knowing what direction you're going, right? Because if I want to go to a wall, I have to turn my, left stick to the left to go right. And that's confusing. But getting comfortable with that will help you so that you can make a lot of saves up high, and you don't need much boost to be on wall either. So if you notice, oh no, I only have 10 boost and everyone took my boost, right? Going up wall, you can use your 10 boost to drive that far and then flip.
Okay.
So, all
Oh,
important
very
things.
nice.
And if you need to come down off a wall to save the ball, right? You just come down, use your second flip, or not flip, use your second jump to propel yourself down into net, like that.
Ah, okay.
They're all little things. Also, there was that moment too when you go for a play and you backflip to kill your momentum, because that's good to cancel plays. That's how you get faster at the game, is learning how to recover. So just like touching on all those things. Other than that, I saw from your gameplay that there was kind of slow reacting to plays going on, and I think that's recognizing the players on the field and them hitting it, and then what our teammates are capable of given the positions that they're in, whether they're awkward on the wall.
No, I agree. It's very helpful you showing a lot of that because that stuff's hard to. Well, I mean, you watch YouTube and stuff, and you don't pick up on any of that.
Yeah, not many people talk about that in their replay
Nope,
analysis
I agree
either.
with you.
Like the
Yeah.
guy with the wall play here, where it goes up, and the play happens, and he goes over. And if he had taken that boost, that's 100 boosts that they get on their side. And I like to think of it in terms of resources, because the less that they have, if their whole team has 50 boosts split among 3 people, and we have 300, we're at quite the advantage here, compared
Oh yeah.
to. And
Oh,
just
it
taking
makes
that
perfect
boost is
sense.
such a simple play. So.
I do that. I mean, it's kind of ingrained more in twos because it's easier to kind of track. But with threes, you know,
Right, it's a
I didn't
lot.
really realize the
There's
third
a lot
guy.
more
Yeah.
people on the field too.
Yeah, and threes, I don't really understand. I haven't played it as much, so I don't really understand what I'm supposed to be doing most of the time. So that's good. It's good you covered a lot of that.
Is there anything else you had questions on too, like that I didn't go over? Maybe there's something that didn't get shown in your gameplay, but maybe something that you're wondering that's happened in prior games.
Shoot, millions of things have happened. No, that's pretty good for now. I mean, I need to. I don't. The wave dash. I've got to get the wave dash incorporated because that's so critical for recovery and speed.
Right. I'm sorry that our time's like up right now and I'm not able to get any games in. That was what I was kind of worried too.
Oh no,
But
don't be sorry. I'm quite content with what we covered.
I'm glad. If we do this again, and
We will.
we have time and everything, like I'm sure we'll have time because there'll be less to go over in depth because it'll be the same things either I've covered or you've learned from those things. And then we can jump into games and I can show you firsthand as well what's going on and kind of go through my thinking process as I'm going through things and to kind of give a sense of like direction mentally where a game should go. So those are
Okay.
the things that I
Yeah,
want to
sounds
cover.
great. Oh yeah, we'll do it again. I think I've got to travel for work next week.
Oh, yeah, no
I think I
problem. You
get back
focus on you
Thursday
first and
night
foremost, for sure.
yeah. So next week's kind of a bust, but then maybe we can pick back up the week after that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I'll stop the recording right here.